Well, this should be interesting. I'm in dry dock right now, but it's not what I'd actually call dry. I'm actually sitting in the rain right now. I've been waiting for a little break in the clouds, but it's not going to come. So I'm going to try to do this live in one take in the rain. So if I seem a little damp at the end of this, you'll know why. But yeah, dry dock. It seems like it's a vacation, but it's not. I've got so many things to do in a short period of time before I head off traveling. But I wanted to sort of fill you in where I am right now, because I'm sure there's a lot of questions, and I've written down on my piece of paper here, although it's starting to get wet, a few things I want to cover. First of all, I had a fantastic trip the last few months, from January till the end of May. Went to some great places, and I beat the hell out of my Jeep and my trailer. As a matter of fact, the Jeep, it was not going to make it another trip, which was another reason I had to take a break. I needed a new vehicle, and I got one. So that will be an upcoming video talking about my new means of transportation of towing my trailer. The reason I'm doing dry dock is I've got a lot of modifications I want to try, a few little tweaks, stuff like that. It's in the back there, getting wet. And there's also the thing about the wind turbine. I did an introductory video on a wind turbine. And if I go over to the other camera here, before it gets too wet at least, you can see there's a wind turbine in the back. Not doing much right now, but it is secured to the trailer. I will be talking about it, but the reason I'm not going any farther with it is because it has to be tested and true. I'm not one of these guys that just puts out a video without testing things. It would be socially irresponsible for me to say, yeah, this is the way I did it, and not actually use it. I mean, it's sitting here. I'm not actually camping. I have to take it to a campsite or out in the woods. I've got to take it to where it's really windy. It's going to take time, so please be patient. There will be some twists and turns to this saga, believe me, but I want to make sure I've represented it, I've tested it fully before I release the second part of the video. Anyway, well, I can still read my wet paper here. There's a few things. Oh yeah, I've also got a MPPT controller that I'm going to be putting on my solar panels, so hopefully that's going to improve the performance of my solar panels. But and I've also got some upcoming videos. I've got one on Missouri. There's another one on my wood stove that I'll be putting out shortly. But I've got other things I want to talk about. People ask me questions, they give me little notes and comments. And one thing I don't talk about a lot is other YouTubers, other vloggers. Rusty78609. I don't know if you heard, but Rusty, I'm not sure if somebody hacked into his account or what happened, but he lost access to his YouTube account. And Rusty7609 is now Rusty Space 78609. So if you don't find Rusty, that's the link. I'll put it up here so you can see it. But I also wanted to mention, because I never take the time to talk about other YouTube videos and all that, and I have mentioned that when I travel, I don't typically watch videos. And the reason for that is, well, first of all, I don't have a lot of time, but reality is most of the time I don't have a good signal either. So I keep my watching of videos when I'm in a dry dock or I'm in a situation where I actually can. But I do want to sort of promote people that I think have similar interests, or that I just admire their work. And I did mention Mark J. Hickling and his conversion of a pop-up trailer to an A-frame. Brilliant work. I did mention that in one of my last videos. But there's other people that I should acknowledge that I really think they do a brilliant job. Danny, the one that I interviewed with her runaway camper, recommended somebody called Elsa Ray, and I'd never heard of Elsa Ray before, and I checked her out, and I think she's absolutely brilliant. She's an artist behind the camera. She knows how to take photography. She has a really good presence. Wonderful stories, great camping and food tips. I mean, she can cook, I can't, and her stories are all uplifting. So check out Elsa Ray. Marty up north is somebody I admire as well. Marty up north, he does camping in a tent, all conditions, winter and summer. Definitely recommend checking out Marty up north. And Petit Sauvage. Now, I don't know if Petit Sauvage has been doing videos in the last little while, but she does wonderful little stories, camping and traveling. Check her out. Some of it's in French and some of it's in English. And of course, Cruising the Cut. You know, that's like they were kind enough to mention me in their videos, and Cruising the Cut is fantastic. Definitely recommend that. Other questions people have had for me, and I want to respond to those as well. I get a lot of questions about the Alpacool refrigerator. You know, how is it doing? Is it still going? I don't know why I get them every week, but I still do. Maybe it's that old joke, you know, the prank phone call. Somebody calls you up, is your refrigerator running? Yes. Well, you better go get it. Ha ha ha. But in any case, the Alpacool is doing fine. Right now, it's not on, but it's been on almost constantly for the last few months. I've had it over a year, I think a year and 2 months now. It has never failed me. I totally recommend it. I don't do updates if there's no reason for an update. If it works fine, then that's fine. I leave it at that. I don't need an update. But if something happened, if it all of a sudden it exploded or it stopped working, believe me, I would update the video. But it works fine. Links, don't send me links. Links get stuck in a filter, and a lot of the time I just do not have time to check out if they're authentic or not. So just please don't send me links. Send me a description of what you want me to see and all that, and that's fine. Canada. A lot of people ask, why is it that I'm camping so much in the US and not in Canada? And that's a really fair question. Canada is a strange beast, to be honest with you. It's 90% of Canada is public land. It's crown land. So you think it would be absolutely perfect for camping. And it is in a very, very small window of the year. But the problem is you can't get an RV to most of Canada. That 90% of crown land, most of it is completely inaccessible. The only way you can get to it is a float plane or portage with a canoe and stuff like that. So it is not practical. Unfortunately, if you look at a map of Canada, you see most of the main towns and cities are right along the US border. That cool stuff up north is very inaccessible. But I've been thinking I might actually park my trailer every once in a while and actually get on the backpack and the tent and the backpack and do more hiking and camping that way. That's really the only way to really see the true Canada, the natural woods of Canada, is to get on a backpack and rough it. So I might be doing that in the next little while. Other things, some people ask, well, what is your inspiration? Where do you get your ideas on how to make a video and stuff like that? And to be honest, I'm really blessed in being from Canada, because Canada has the CBC network and it has the most incredible nature show, and it's had it for 60 years, called The Nature of Things. And it's hosted by Dr. David Suzuki. And if anybody has influenced my videos more, there's nobody that's influenced my videos more than Dr. David Suzuki. Check out his videos, check out The Nature of Things. They're documentaries. He's an environmentalist, he's a geneticist, he's a damn good storyteller. By far, the biggest influence as far as the media is David Suzuki and The Nature of Things. Other than that, I've just got a few notes. By the way, there's lots of weirdos out there. Duh, I guess everybody's figured that out. But I was kind of amused, about the same date that Rusty lost his page, I got a comment, and they tried to get it on one of my videos, and I blocked it. And it said something silly like, Bob Wells is involved in a traffic accident and he has 30% chance of recovering from brain swelling and all this. It's total bull. These people that put out stuff like that, they need a life. You know, why pick on somebody that's done so much? I have a lot of respect for Bob Wells. Don't pick on Bob and try to send out fake news. That's ridiculous. Blocked it. Let's not talk any more of it. You know, it's just, yeah, there's scum out there. What can you do about it? And by the way, I did report it to YouTube, so I did my part. Other than that, always interested in comments, ideas. If, oh, music. I love if there's musicians out there and they want to add their music, their instrumentals to my soundtrack. I'd love to hear it. I do have a link in the About Me page, which if you have a PC, it's easy. If you have an Apple product, it doesn't work, but it does give you my actual email address. And I encourage people to, you know, I don't answer emails a lot. They take up too much of my time. And when I'm composing and all that, I can spend hours, days editing to make something work. Something like this, obviously, hopefully I'm just going to, you know, put it, download it onto my computer, upload it onto my computer and out it goes through YouTube. But most of the time, my videos take a long time. I have to wait for the story to gel and stuff like that. It's not a matter, as like, and people do ask, well, why don't you have a video every 2 days? And it's like, are you kidding? Sometimes it takes me 2 weeks just to edit. So how can I have something in 2 days? Be patient with me. I like to be creative and I like to be happy with my work. So that's why it takes longer. I hope you appreciate it. And I hope you check back with me in the videos that are going to be coming out in the next little while. Anyway, as you can see, everything's soaking wet. I'm soaking wet, so I'm done for the day. I hope you enjoy it. Please check out my other videos and please subscribe. And my camera's getting wet. Oh boy.